The money center banks have been sitting on their hands for years, crapping on the crypto industry, but it's not about Bitcoin. Nothing to do with Bitcoin. It's digital payment systems. That's the potential. That's the amazing opportunity we have here. Now, the reason that will be important and why we'll get price appreciation on Bitcoin is the minute that happens, it will signal the move to the next act, the Market Infrastructure Act. And why that matters to everybody in this room is we will finally determine, is Bitcoin a commodity or a security? And when that is determined and regulated, Katie bar the doors, $1 trillion will come and index that asset. Let's all hope that happens while we're all alive here.
My personal portfolio, the one that I manage myself and that I get to call in what asset I'm going to allocate to, yeah, I'm pretty much all in. I got about 70% in Bitcoin related exposure and 30% in gold and gold miners exposure. So 70-30. That's it. I don't have a single bond and I don't have any other stocks except my own.
Right. So on Bitcoin, I mean, I think we're down about 20% since the Trump inauguration after a big rally post-election. So buy the dip or wait?
Bitcoin, you have to think 10 years and buy everything that you can. It's not going to go anywhere except up because the dynamics are such. It's the hardest asset in the world. There's only 21 million of those tokens, and 20 have been distributed and mined already. So there's going to be 1 million more from here to 2040, I think, 2140. So it's the hardest asset. Not even gold is this hard. You know, gold gets inflated at about 3% a year through additional production from mines. Bitcoin doesn't. So yeah, it will go up and down, and there will be speculative frenzies, and people will talk about it. But what most people should do is average dollar cost average, which is, you know, have a program where you can buy so much per month and you buy every month, and that will take the uncertainty away. And
right now, this is the year. This is the year everything is happening. I think it's this year or next year, actually.
I like that.
But yeah, I would have seen it. The thing that actually surprises me about this consensus is this is the same venue that Sibos, the large SWIFT conference, was held at a few years ago. I think it was like 2023. So if you asked me in 2023 if Consensus, the largest crypto industry conference, would be held in a huge conference center of this size, with I think like well over 10,000 attendees, that I wouldn't have been sure about. So like the rate of our industry's growth, even in those few years, is massive. So I've literally been in this conference center now 3 times.
Wow.
2 times for Sibos, but now for the first time for Consensus, which for me is a very big sign of the industry's growth. So coming up with clear ideas about how the US should approach decentralized finance is something that we're very interested in and something we want to do to help support the DeFi community in general, because we feel very strongly that the DeFi community is a very important part of the blockchain community overall, and that it's also in many ways the future of the global financial system. So one way is, how do you make sure that DeFi is approached correctly by the US government, which is very significant globally because the US government is what's known as a super regulator and their decisions ripple out globally.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. Also, go like and follow the TikTok. More videos to come. And this is just some videos from Consensus 2025. And we have Kevin O'Leary speaking about the new digital payment system. And don't forget, he came in the middle of the Bankman and CZ. Remember, they brought him in as the actor. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And we have the Mexican billionaire that says he only has nothing but Bitcoin and gold. Why is that, guys? Because he knows all about the 4th Industrial Revolution. He knows the robots, algorithms, and drones are about to take over this economy, and everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. Everything is going to be digital. And we have Sergey says this year and next year is going to be very important. And guys, this year, we're going to get a reset, whether it's stable coins or whatever. We're going to have that black swan this year that's going to set us up for the fourth industrial revolution for the next 3 to 4 years. And then we know the next step is transhumanism and the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Wyoming setting the pace for stable coins. Remember, there was only like 4 or 5 states that didn't go on lockdown, but those states were moving fast forward when it came to the fourth industrial revolution. And anytime we heard the drums are beating, we also know those countries were moving fast forward with this new digital economy. The drums are beating was nothing but a distraction. And now, guys, internet has money. That means the machines can run this economy without a human involved. And yes, guys, you heard that correct. Enron. Enron is making a comeback. And what are they going to be using? That's right, blockchain. And energy is definitely going to be put on blockchain. We know about Energy Web Token. BlackRock is invested. Polkadot is also setting a pathway for the new energy system. So guys, it doesn't matter what sector you're looking at, it's going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And while the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. While they're looking at Diddy and looking at the NBA and all these sports, their life is about to never be the same, and they had no clue. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
The first thing that we're doing is we are launching the first public sovereign stable token. And we're looking at it from a lens of trust, reliability, and also building upon the compliance and regulatory framework that currently exists out there. Unfortunately, the Genius Act was not passed, but we look at MICA and we look at the USCC code. We have both internal and external counsel advising us as to what the framework are. On top of that, we're governed by law. So it's all about transparency, so you can see not only how the tokens will be managed, minted, and burned, but on the other side of that, it'll be a 1 to 1.02 backing of the Wyoming stable token. So we're really excited about that. We're looking to launch soon, and it should be around the July 4th timeframe.
One of the principal innovations of a blockchain is that blockchains make money and value look a lot more like a traditional Web 2 computing system, right? Blockchains resemble a data system more so than the TradFi systems that are all isolated ledgers that don't really communicate and can't be programmed. And so now you have money that resembles a modern data system. And it's not just the problems that are being solved, if it's a data system, you can now interact and program with modern Web 2 SaaS technologies like AI. And if you look at the use cases that are really interesting, it's, okay, we want to move billing on a blockchain. The traditional billing stack still has invoices, has a lot of unstructured information. And so it's not so much that blockchain uniquely needs AI, it's that the entire world expects AI in their products. So if we want blockchain to be used for all the things that are currently being done by TradFi, like billing, customer experience, invoicing, the expectation is AI. And in some sense, blockchain's actually behind the rest of the world. It's isolated from AI in a way that I think the rest of SaaS has fully adopted agentic systems. And I think it's largely because of custody and compliance that's been the case. Yeah, people want their invoices to be automatically read and processed, and they want unstructured data to be reflected on blockchains. I really think it's that simple.
I believe that Enron is an amazing company. I believe that it could be the greatest comeback story of all time, right up there with the story of Noah from the Bible. And I really believe that the brand is as strong today as it's ever been. I think that with the way that we view brands today, it offers itself as a very unique opportunity for us. In the age of information overload, where attention is the new oil, you really have to cut through the noise with something powerful, and I believe that Enron has that behind it, and then we're going to use that to actually build a totally legitimate energy company that's going to revolutionize the way that we think about the grid.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 Kids books, is time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.